Today we're going to read a book all about tea. It is called Luli and the Language of Tea, and it is written by Andrea Wang and illustrated by Haiwan Yum. And I hope that I am saying Haiwan Yum's name correctly because they're not here, so I can't ask them how to pronounce their name. And it's not a name that I am very familiar with. So I am doing my best in trying to pronounce it. And this book does something really interesting and very helpful all about that. At the end of the book, they tell you how to pronounce everybody's name in the book. Because sometimes when we are with people who are from another country or they have a name that's from another language, we might not know how to pronounce it. And we can ask them and they can pronounce it for us. But if they're not here, like the illustrator of this book isn't here with me, I can't ask how to pronounce their name. I can't ask any of the kids in this book how to pronounce their name. So we have a handy guide right here. And I'm going to go through everyone's name before we start the book. So we have Luli. Luli. Maxime. Anaya. Kerem. Niku. Hakim. Tishala, Matthias, Pedro, Valentina. So those are all the names you'll hear in this story. And we're going to start this book right here. Now, this book is showing us that there is a class going on, and the class is called English as a Second Language. So all the adults are heading into the English class. It looks like they are learning how to speak English. And all of the children are heading into the free childcare room. And it looks like all the adults and all the children, they already know how to speak another language. So they're learning English as a second language, in addition to the first language that they already speak. The playroom was quiet. Luli couldn't speak English. Neither could the others. All around the room, children played alone. So everybody is playing, but when I look closely at everyone's faces, I don't see a lot of big smiles. Last time Luli had played by herself too, until she had an idea. She'd drawn it for Miss Hirokane. This time, Luli had a plan. So here's her drawing. Can you guess what her idea is? It looks like she wants to share something with everyone. From inside her backpack and onto the round table, Luli set a thermos, a canister, stacks of cups, and a fat-bellied teapot. Out of the canister and into the teapot, Luli dropped a small ball of leaves. Plop! Out of the thermos and over the tea leaves, Luli poured steaming hot water. Ploosh! So what is Luli up to? What is she doing? Luli took a deep breath. Cha, she called in Chinese. All around the room, heads popped up. Che? Asked Maxime in Russian. So all of the kids are going to say the word tea in their language. And I wonder if you can hear all the words and see if you think they sound similar or if they sound really different. Let's listen. Chai, Anaya said in Hindi. I, asked Karim in Turkish. Chai, Niku asked in Persian. Shay, asked Hakim in Arabic. Now you might be able to see when I show you close up, or if you have access to this book at home, you can hear what all of the words sound like. But if you look, a lot of the words look very differently. They're written in different characters and different kinds of letters. That's what a character is in this context. So you can see they all look really different, but you can listen to how they sound. See if they sound similar, even if they look different. Te, Valentina said in Spanish. Tea, Matthias asked in German. Chai, Tishala said in Swahili. Sha, asked Pedro in Portuguese. The tea was ready. Luli beamed. She was ready. Cha, she beckoned. All around the room, children joined together. Luli poured the first cup and gave it to Maxime, who gave it to Anaya, who gave it to Karim, who gave it to Niku, who gave it to Hakim, who gave it to Valentina, who gave it to Matthias, who gave it to Tishala, who gave it to Pedro. So everybody is getting a cup of tea. They're working hard to pass that tea around the table. All around the table, children passed tea. Everyone had a full cup, except Luli. So they ran out of tea before Luli got a cup. Pedro took Luli's empty cup and passed it to Tishala, who passed it to Matthias, who passed it to Valentina, who passed it to Hakim, who passed it to Niku, who passed it to Karim, who passed it to Anaya, who passed it to Maxime, who passed it to Luli. Can you figure out how they solved the problem? Let's see. All around the table, each child gave a little tea. So everyone gave a little bit of tea to Luli. So now they all have a cup. Now everyone had a share. Hands curled around warm cups, mouths curved into shy smiles. Sounds like everyone is enjoying their tea time. Luli took another deep breath and pulled out one last surprise. She held up a box and spoke her new favorite word in English. Cookie? The playroom was no longer quiet. I think everyone was really excited to have a cookie and some tea. I know I would be excited for that snack. Luli's teapot was empty, but her heart was full. So even though they all speak different languages and they come from different countries, they're all still able to play together. And it looks like they're all trying to communicate with each other in different ways. So we can find ways to communicate with other people. And this book, at the end, tells us all about tea and all about tea from each country where all the different, where everyone in the book comes from. And when you heard everyone saying the word tea back to Luli, do you think that it sounded similar or did the words sound really different? I think they sounded similar. I think some of the words sounded very similar. Some of the words are actually the same. Chai, shy, like that is a word that a lot of different countries use for tea. And I was reading in the back of this book, I'm going to read you something that she wrote in here. When I found out that the Chinese word for tea is similar to the word for tea in many other languages, I was intrigued. So that really interested her. Why was this? It turns out that the word for tea in over 200 languages can be traced back to 2 Chinese dialects. So that's why the word for tea might sound similar in all different languages. And there's more information here in her notes. So if you have access to this book at home, you can read more about it. And even if you don't, but you're interested in learning more, you can find more books about tea that you can learn more about it. There are so many different books about tea because so many different countries drink tea. It's really important in so many different countries and cultures. So you can do your own investigation into tea if you want. You can also check out the activities. There are 2 different tea-based activities at sharingcircleeducation.com. So you can go check those out. You can make a fairy house or a bird feeder from an old teacup, or you can also make a tea potion. So you can go check those out and give them a try at home. You can also have your own tea party at home. We have tea parties a lot in my house. We don't call them tea parties. We just say, we're gonna have some tea. And we make special tea, and we use special mugs and a special teapot, and we all have tea together. So maybe you can try that at home too. You can make any kind of tea you want. You can even make cinnamon tea if you have cinnamon sticks, and it smells so good and warm and cozy. So I hope you get to enjoy some tea at home, and thanks for coming to read with me. I was really excited to share this book with you. Bye for now. Thanks for watching Story Adventures with Meredith. Bye for now.